Hi and welcome to Friendly Plastic TV. I'm Linda Peterson. Hey, do you love the look of sterling silver jewelry but the price is just a little out of your budget? Well, in today's episode I'm going to show you how to create metal bezels and veils from art emboss and metal pewter and set those into friendly plastic pendants. Are you ready to get started? Let's go!
In order to create the metal bezels, these are some of the materials that you will need, along with the piece of friendly plastic that you want to create the metal bezel for.
First, I'm going to cut the cardstock so that I leave a border of approximately 1/8 an inch all the way around the piece that I'm going to set into the metal. So I just use the piece as a gauge. This doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm simply going to cut my square of cardstock. And you can see now that it's slightly bigger than my piece. And I'll go ahead and trim that up. Now with the next step, you can see that I've placed my cardstock onto one side of the double stick tape, and I will cut this out all the way around flush. Now I'll remove the backing so that exposes the adhesive, and I'll place it sticky side down onto my piece of pewter. And I will cut this out, making sure that I leave a border all the way around. It doesn't matter how big your border is, but you do want to leave at least 1/8 of an inch. Next, with your scissors, clip your corners very close to these corner edges of your cardstock. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our wooden stylus, and we're going to, well, first of all, we're going to fold these little flaps up. And so what I'm doing is I'm just pressing that against my table here so that I'm lifting the edges up, as you can see here. Now I'm going to take my wooden stylus and I'm going to set those and fold those edges over to the back side. What you're looking at is the back side. So I run my stylus along the edge, along the side, and then I press flat. The pewter is nice because it is such a creamy, stretchy metal that it just forms real nicely around your corners. It doesn't matter that your corners don't match up. Now if you look on this side is the front. So I have my front piece here, and I have this extra piece which is about 3/4 of an inch by maybe 1.5 inches long. This is the piece that we're going to create our bezel with. And simply what you're going to do is you're going to fold the sides inward so that you have a seam on the back side. It's hard to see, but the seam is right there along the edge. And on the back side, you're going to take your stylus and you're going to press that seam flat. Now, on the back side, working on the back side here, we're going to wrap this around our wooden stylus. This is going to create our bezel that we can put a chain through or leather cording, whatever it is you're going to string your material with. Okay, you can see that I've opened the bezel up here slightly, and I'm going to place a piece of double-sided tape on both sides of the bezel, and I'll remove this pink liner here in just a minute, and I'll expose that adhesive. In the meantime, I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to apply some double stick tape to the back of our pendant. Okay, I've applied adhesive, I've cut it flush, and now I'm removing the back. So if I'm exposing the sticky area, I've already taken the adhesive and I've exposed the sticky area on our bezel, and I'm simply going to place our bezel sticky side down right in the top center of the pendant. Center it as best as you can. You may even have to lift it up and reposition it a little bit. Now, the easiest way to finish the back off is with this edge. We don't want to have to cut around that bezel. So we will line this edge, this top edge where the bezel is, up with one of the lines on our metal. Hopefully we can do it on two sections. Let's see here. And that way we don't have to cut out around the top of that metal. But you're just going to press that metal on down to the back of the pendant. Rub it in real good. And then take your scissors and trim it out flush. This time we're not adding a border. Okay, so here's the front of the pendant. Now the back is still a little sharp looking, so what we're going to do is we're going to massage the metal and hide the seam on the side with our wooden stylus. You can press the metal up against the tape to secure that as well. Now I have already placed a piece of double-sided adhesive to the back side of our Friendly Plastic piece, and all I have to do is simply position it onto the center of our bezel and our bail. And there you have it. Well, I sure hope you liked today's tip and technique. I know it's going to save you a lot of money. And if you like that technique, you'll want to check out my latest book, Metal Jewelry 101. That tip and technique's inside the book along with a lot of other designer projects, including a couple Friendly Plastic, to create beautiful, stunning metal jewelry. And don't forget Janet Ewey's book, Friendly Plastic 101. You can get both of these books on our website at www.amico.com. And also be sure and check us out on our blog at friendlyplastic.blogspot.com. Well, that'll do it for today's episode. I look forward to seeing you back on another episode of Friendly Plastic TV.